So children, the next group of elements which we are going to study today are called 0 group or 18 group elements. We also call them as noble gases. These are the elements which were not in existence when Mendeleev prepared his periodic table. So at that time, he did not include these elements in his periodic table. Later on, slowly and steadily, when studies were done, these elements were discovered and put in these groups. Now, let's see what are these elements which we call as noble gases. These are helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These elements were also known as inert gases. Why they were known as inert gases? Because they do not show any reactions. They are chemically inert. They do not react with other elements. The reason is, you can see here very well. Helium with 2 electrons in its one and only shell has a stable outermost shell electronic configuration, and the other elements also, you can see they all have 8 electrons in their outermost shells. So helium with 2 electrons and other elements with 8 electrons have stable electronic configuration, and thus they are unreactive and they are also known as inert gases. But later on, it was found that krypton and xenon, these 2 elements, they formed certain compounds, like xenon had formed some compounds, certain oxides like xenon trioxide and tetroxide. So after that, instead of calling them as inert gases, they were known as noble gases. Now, if we see all these gases are actually monoatomic in nature. Monoatomic. What do you mean by the word monoatomic? Monoatomic means they exist as single atoms like He, Ne in atmosphere. They do not form molecules like you have seen earlier in the halogens, that they exist as F2, Cl2. These elements, they exist as single atoms. That's why they are known as monoatomic elements. These gases, they are very less soluble in water, and as we move down in the group, that is, as we move from helium to radon, what happens? Their solubility in water increases. Solubility increases. These gases, since they have their outermost shell complete, they are unreactive, so they are very useful at some places. You can see their uses, like they are used in airships. Helium is used in airships actually. Helium is used in airships. Some gases like argon is filled in light bulbs. Reason is, argon does not react with the filament even at very high temperature. So these unreactivity of these elements make them very useful, like helium in airships. Reason? Because it is light and unreactive. Argon is filled in light bulbs because it is unreactive and will not react with filament even at higher temperatures. These gases find a very important use. You must have heard about neon lights. Neon lights. In neon lights, what happens? Any of these gases can be filled, and when electricity discharge is done, these gases will produce a glow. For example, you must have seen in the advertisement boards when you go to the market, different colors are produced by these gases when they are filled in those advertisement boards and electricity is passed through them. Like helium produces a yellow light, neon produces an orange or red light. Similarly, other gases also produce different color of lights. So this is how these gases, they are finding very important use also in our daily lives, as well as in whatever things we use in for commercial use also. So like this, you can see these are the elements which we call as noble gases, and very useful for us in many ways. If you compare these gases, let us see one more thing. When you see these gases and compare them with alkali metals, like suppose we say that lithium or sodium, and with halogens on the other side, like fluorine and chlorine. Now see, lithium has atomic number 3, sodium has atomic number 11. Lithium electronic configuration 2,1, sodium 2, 8, 1. You can very well see lithium is very close to get an electronic configuration of helium if it loses one electron. So that's why, and sodium can very easily attain the electronic configuration of neon if it loses one electron. So these metals, which we called as alkali metals, they are very reactive because of this reason only. They lose this one electron and just gain the electronic configuration of the noble gas which is nearest to them, and thus become stable. So this is how, by losing electrons, they become stable and attain the electronic configuration of noble gases of their period, or the noble gases which they are close to. Now fluorine, if you see, fluorine has atomic number 9, 2,7. Chlorine has atomic number 17, 2, 8, 7. What do? They gain one electron and attain the noble gas configuration. Like fluorine, if it gains one electron, it will get the electronic configuration of neon, that is 2, 8. So that's why fluorine is also very reactive. Simply by gaining one electron, it will attain electronic configuration of neon and become stable. Similarly, chlorine, just by attaining electronic configuration, just by attaining one electron, it can get the electronic configuration of argon. So we can say, if we compare noble gases, then alkali metals and halogens, we can just see that alkali metals and halogens, why they are so reactive? Because very easily they can reach the electronic configuration of noble gases, so they gain or lose electron to become stable.